Hi and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and we are driving the Innova Hycross. That is the hybrid variant today. This is not a new car. It is a hybrid variant of the Innova Krista that you all know, and this is way different from it. But today I'm doing this video not because they have changed something in this car or they have added something new. This is as it is. It was launched. Why I'm making this video is to tell you that how fuel efficient can a 7 or an 8 seater MPV of this size be. That is because this has a petrol engine. It also has a hybrid system. That's a strong hybrid system, so you don't need to charge it. It's just like the Toyota Camry, like it charges by itself. And this can give some really good fuel efficiency. So let's quickly start this video and I'll tell you what all do you get with this car and how much mileage can you achieve from the Toyota Innova Hycross. So the Innova was there in the market since a very long time. It's been there in the market. It has just dominated the MPV space in the Indian market, and especially because of its reliability, lakhs and lakhs of kilometers. Then Toyota came up with the Innova Krista, and then after the Krista they came up with this, which is the hybrid version of the Innova. It is slightly different from the Innova from the outside. Well, over the body shape remains the same, but what you get new is at the front you get LED headlights, you get an LED DRL that converts into the dynamic indicators. Again, the front setup is good. You have 360-degree camera all around. You have level 2 ADAS. Well, obviously you have a camera over here and then a radar system over there. All that is there. If you move to the side, you will notice you get these beautiful 18-inch wheels that actually look nice. You have both front and back disc setup, and chrome setup. You get some chrome at the front. If you move to the side, you have chrome at the side as well on the door handles. Well, however, you have request sensor on the door handles, but they're not visible. You just come and you just keep your hand on the door, and if you have the key of the car, which is this, that's how the key looks like. Well, you have a lock, unlock and a boot opening button, and there you have Innova written right at the back. So yeah, so if the key is with you and you come next to the door and you just hold the door will open, and if you get out and just swipe your hand across, it will lock automatically, which is I think a very good thing. Side profile is, again, there's not much going on. If you move to the back, you have LED tail lights, then you have your ZX badging, which is this variant. You have a hybrid badging. Hybrid badging is there on either side of the door under the ORVMs as well, and you have hybrid badging at the back as well, and then you have your Innova Hycross badging across. Now the boot is electronically operated, so you can either open it with this button right over here, or you can just go behind and open the boot and it will open automatically. You can set the height of the opening from the cluster inside, so that is a good thing. So if you wanted to open, like if you are at a parking space where you know that if it opens too much it will hit the ceiling, well, you can adjust that and it will automatically open to the desired setting that you have set from the cluster. Well, if you talk about the boot space, now this is a 7-seater. There's also an 8-seater available with this. With all the seats up, you have approximately 300 liters of boot space at the back. But if you fold the seats down, the third row, they completely fold flat, and then you have a ton of space. But after you fold them, well, this variant, then you're left with 4 seats. Well, there's an 8-seater as well where there's a bench in the middle. But these ones have these captain seats and they look absolutely phenomenal. They are Ottoman seats, electronically adjustable. Before that, let me tell you, the rear seats are fine. There are 3 headrests. One headrest that is in the middle, that's a big headrest, so that is just below the subwoofer, and if you want it, you can place it, but then there will be a problem in the visibility because the headrest is like massive. It's like so big. So I think that's why they have an option to remove it and keep it over there. So best is 2 people, and at the back also, like adults can sit, not very tall people, because then knee room will be an issue, because the front row, I mean the second row, these seats can be adjusted and moved ahead, but not a lot, because then this person will have an issue. But there's no problem. Adults can sit and go for long drives, but only 2 people recommended. 3 people if they are really thin or if they are kids, so you'll not feel claustrophobic because the quarter windows are really big, and you have AC vents at the third row as well. So AC vents at the front, on the second row and on the third row. So AC is sorted. AC is good actually, and you have a 2-zone climate control. Now one is for the front and one is for the back. Well, for the back you can either control it from here. You have a button that says rear, and you can press this and operate that one, the fan speed and the temperature, or you have it right below the armrest. So yeah, I mean, you have two options from where you can do it. So 2-zone climate control over there. Now these Ottoman seats are really nice. They are comfortable. They are electronically adjustable, so the backrest can completely go behind, and the leg rest, it can come up. It has two buttons on either sides of it, so you can completely make it into a recliner and just travel. So if you're being chauffeur driven, that is a really good thing. You can just move the passenger seat a little ahead, and then you are good to sit and go to the back. I think you can go from the middle only. There is a tray over there that folds down, or if not, you can move the seats completely ahead and then go in. So going in is not a problem in this. Overall the front seats are also good. This one is electronically adjustable, but the passenger one is actually mechanically, or it is not electrically adjustable. It's a mechanical adjustable seat. Well, the driver side also has 2 seat memories. That's a good thing. Your window controls are here, your automatic light buttons, everything is in place. So if you look at the interiors as well, you will see that you have soft touch materials on the door, on the dashboard, and there is this dark brown and this black combination that is actually looking very premium. So overall, I mean, it is a very premium car from the inside. From the outside as well, it is very reliable, and to top it all off, you have this massive panoramic sunroof that will allow a lot of air, and it also makes the cabin look even bigger. So however, the cabin is big, but if you keep it open like this right now, you can see that the cabin is really feeling very airy. Plus you have these window shades for the passenger at the back, and that thing can come down mechanically. It's not an electronic thing, but it's a good thing. However, it could have been slightly more darker is what I feel, because not completely, I mean, the sun rays are not completely blocked of that. The perforation should have been a little more denser is what I feel. So there is a JBL sound system over here, and I must say that this sound system sounds absolutely phenomenal. The subwoofer is enough that you don't need to go and put an aftermarket thing unless you want really good amount of bass. So you have 2 speakers over here for the tweeters on the doors, on the back doors. So you have a pretty good surround sound system from JBL, and it is actually very nice. Now you have a touchscreen over here that has wireless Apple CarPlay for some reason, but does not have a wireless Android Auto. You have wired Android Auto. I have no idea why, but let me tell you one more thing before I forget that these lights that you see over here, they are ambient light for the sunroof, and you have some ambient light over here as well. But one thing I would like to tell, that if you switch on the ambient light and you switch the car off and you switch it back on, the ambient light goes off. I mean, you have to switch it back on every time you sit inside this. It should have been either with the headlight, the automatic headlight, or if you want to keep it on, it should be on. It switches back off every time you switch on the car and switch it back on. Well, your physical buttons are here, but physical buttons are there for the air conditioning. Well, you also have a view button, a parking brake button, auto hold. Then you have drive modes. 3 drive modes are there. You have eco, normal, and sport, that is power. And then you have a traction control button. Gear lever is here. Everything is placed very nicely. You also have cup holders right over here, and an armrest that opens up to reveal a lot of space. Storage space, not a problem. Bottle holders on each door. A lot of storage space is there in the car. So yeah, that's what you get with the Hycross. And again, before I go off, let me talk about the cluster over here. Cluster is very basic. You have your charging and power and eco tachometer on the left. You have your fuel gauge and engine temperature on the right, and that is analog. And in the center, you have your colored MID screen that gives you a lot of information, and you can at least do a ton of settings and changing every setting that you want from here as well. Steering mounted controls are nice. It's a round steering wheel adjusted for tilt and telescopic, and the steering wheel controls have a tactile feel. That is a good thing. Well, you have paddle shifters over here. Well, I have no idea why a CVT car would have paddle shifters, but technically you'll not be using this. It's just there. If someone wants to really go a little bit more enthusiastic, he can use that when he is driving on sport mode. Now let's go drive this car a little bit, and I'll be telling you what kind of mileage figures do we get with the Innova Hycross. So now let's go switch the car on, and every time you switch the car on, right now it's on and it starts at electric mode only. Well, it keeps that amount of battery in that, so that every time you start in the morning, it will start in electric mode. Right now it has just switched to petrol, and it is charging the battery, as you can see right over here. Here you go. So this is the gearbox. You have your drive mode, then you have your manual mode for your S, that's your sports setting for the gearbox, and you can obviously change gears from there. And no CVT, you have paddle shifters as well. As I mentioned, the paddle shifters are really not the thing for CVT gearboxes. So let me give you a little brief about the engine. So the engine on the Innova Hycross is a 2-liter. It's a naturally aspirated one, and it also has an electric motor and a battery pack. So the combined power output of both is around 183 bhp and 188 Nm of peak torque. Well, the Hycross is not available in a manual version. It is only available in this automatic version, and this is the eCVT gearbox, which is nice. I would really say that the gearbox is good. So the eCVT gearbox is really good. Lag is very less. Right now I am in eco mode. Let me just change to normal. So this is where you'll be driving most of the time. And if I'm doing 50 kilometers an hour, and if I just put my foot down, see what happens. There you go. 80, 100. And 120. So you have immediate response. Let me do. We are at 100 immediately. And if you put sport mode, let me just take a U-turn and do that once again. So if you do sport mode, obviously throttle response becomes really sharp. Eco mode, it is a little laggy, but on sport mode, there you go. You had some wheel spin. And just see, throttle on, throttle off, throttle on, and throttle off. The rubber band effect is almost negligible in this, and so it's actually a pretty decent car to drive around. You have decent amount of power. 0 to 100 claimed around comes in 10 seconds, which is a good thing, and which is actually a nice thing for a car this size. Top speed rated is around 170, but it goes a little beyond that as well. And braking could have been slightly better. The initial bite from the brakes could have been better. They are a little squishy is what I feel, but it overall stops the car if you yank it really hard. Well, if we talk about the mileage figures, right now what we are getting is around little more than 18. It's a little unbelievable for some people to hear when I say getting little more than 18 within city. But since this has this strong hybrid system, obviously it allows it to switch to electric and petrol. And if you're cruising at a high speed with cruise control on, you will obviously be using both the electric motor and the petrol motor. So when you're using both, obviously the load on the petrol motor will be slightly less, and you will get a lot of fuel economy. Well, on the highway, if you're at cruise control, if you put eco mode or even normal mode, it's cruising at a constant pace, and the electric motor is using, when the electric battery will be less, it'll charge it and then it'll use it again. So I think the claimed is around 23. You will easily get 23 or maybe more than that, because in the city only we are getting 18. We have seen a little over 19 as well, but I mean, yeah, 50 to 60 kilometers an hour within the city speed limits, if you're doing, you will get a very good fuel economy. That is something which is really recommendable from this big 7 or 8 seater SUV. Obviously, I'm right now alone and I am the only person who is driving it, but when you are with load, mileage could be a little less, because obviously there will be load in the car, but it will not drop drastically. So yeah, the Hycross is actually a very good car. It handles also good. There is body roll, but there will be body roll because it's a big MPV and it's a 7 and an 8 seater, so there will be slight amount of body roll, but overall it's well contained. It's not that you will feel something really annoying while you're driving. Overtaking is not a problem right now. And I think let's just switch to eco mode once again, and if you're in eco mode, still if I have to overtake someone, just put your foot down and it will just overtake. But the gearbox is slightly noisy on higher revs, but it is not irritating at all. It's a good car. If you want to just shift lanes, just see, just peacefully you can shift lane and you can just overtake anything. 183 bhp is not a small number. It is a decent amount of power, but at least this kind of SUV. So yeah, guys, this was the Innova Hycross. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, do give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.